Welcome back to 34, the space where we explore intimacy, presence, and what it truly means to love. We live in a time where many people are afraid of love. Not because they don't long for it, but because they fear what comes with it. Being seen, being vulnerable, being hurt, having to face feelings, things they might have been bearing for a long, long time, hiding away in closets in their minds, not to be seen. So, what do? They run, they ghost, they keep one foot out of the door. They stay busy, distracted, independent, because it feels safer to escape than to truly stand still and stay. Maybe you've been there. You meet someone who touches something deep in you. It feels real, maybe even a little scary. And instead of leaning in, you pull back. You stop replying as quickly. You bury yourself in work. You tell yourself you're not ready, or I'm better off alone, or I have to do a lot of work on myself. It's not that you don't feel love, it's that love feels too much. This is what avoidance looks like in practice. And while it may feel like protection, it often leaves both people wounded, one trapped in longing, and the other trapped in fear. But here's the truth: love can't grow in flight. Love only grows when we choose to stay, when we choose presence over escape. The avoidant pattern. Avoidance is not coldness, it's fear. Fear of being trapped, fear of losing control, fear of repeating old wounds. But here's the paradox: in running away from love, we often create the very trauma we fear, not only in ourselves, but in the person we leave behind. Every time someone runs, the other person is left questioning their worth, their reality, their trust in intimacy. They wonder, was it me? Did I do something wrong? Am I too much? Am I not enough? The silence of avoidance becomes louder than any words. And here's what we rarely acknowledge: the avoidant one suffers too, because deep down they long for connection just as much. But the fear of closeness is stronger than the longing. They carry the story. If I let someone in, I'll lose myself. If I love, I'll be hurt again. So both sides hurt. One drowns in abandonment, the other hides in isolation. And the cycle repeats: relationship after relationship, ghost after ghost, until someone dares to break it by staying present. Love as a choice. Love is not always a feeling. Feelings rise and fall like waves. Desire can fade. Fear can surge. Moods can shift. But love is deeper than that. Love is a decision. It is the decision to stay when it would be easier to leave. To choose presence when fear whispers, escape, run, go for it. To say I'm scared, but I'm still here, instead of disappearing behind silence or busyness. True intimacy doesn't mean it will never hurt. It means we dare to be there anyway, with honesty, with care, with the willingness to grow together. Because intimacy will touch the places where we are most fragile. It will expose our shadows, our childhood wounds, our deepest doubts. But here's the truth: running doesn't protect us, it just delays the pain and it multiplies it. Staying with presence is where healing truly begins. Love as a choice looks like this in practice: saying, I need a moment, but I'm not leaving you. Breathing when you want to shut down, and instead looking into your partner's eyes. Choosing to tell the truth, even when it trembles. Reaching out your hand when distance feels safer. Love isn't proven in the easy moments. It's proven when we stand still in the storm. That's when I love you becomes more than words. It becomes a lived choice. From fear to presence. When we approach relationships from fear, we close, we guard our hearts, we build walls around them, we analyze every move, we create exit strategies before we even arrive. Fear whispers, don't trust, don't stay, don't be seen. When we approach relationships from love, we open, we soften, we allow ourselves to be touched, not just physically, but emotionally. We choose to believe in the possibility of connection, even when it scares us. It sounds simple, and in truth, it is. But it's also the hardest thing we can do. Because choosing love doesn't mean fear disappears. Fear will always be there: fear of loss, of reaction, of being too much, or not being enough. The practice is not to silence fear, but to walk with it. To say, I see you, fear, you can come along, but you don't get to drive. Choosing love is about staying present with the fear, breathing when the impulse is to run, speaking when silence feels safer, leaning in when your body wants to retreat. Presence is the bridge. It turns fear into intimacy. It turns hesitation into courage. It turns, what if I get hurt, into, what if we grow strong together? And every time you choose presence over avoidance, love expands, it grows. Welcome, Mor. So,
Hello, Henrik.
Mor Shavit is a mind-body coach, mentor, and a subconscious expert, a guide in emotional integration, and a woman with a unique sensitivity to the silent forces that shapes us, especially in our relationships as men and women. She brings warmth, clarity, and a deep understanding of the shame we carry, often without even realizing it, especially when it comes to desire, closeness, and our bodies. Mor, welcome. I'm so grateful to have you here again.
Hey, Henrik. So good to have you to come here again. And thank you for inviting me on a second time.
No, I'm really glad to have you here. And you've also listened now to the episode around fear of relationships and how it is to act from a place of love or fear.
Yeah, what a deep, important yeah, conversation to have and to bring awareness to, where we can find ourselves in relationships. So I'm looking forward to dive into this conversation with you today.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to the conversation. So let's dive in and start with the first question. So the first, it's really is, in relationships, it's often two wounded individuals who hurt each other.
Yeah.
What do you feel shifts when we see conflict through that lens?
What a wonderful question, Henrik. It changes everything, basically. So if we are able and aware enough and brave enough to be able to shift the lens from he hurts me, he is doing it to me, it's me against him, to the lens of we are two wounded kids who are having a hard time, it changes everything. Because as an adult, when you are in the playground, if you're a parent or even if you're passing through adult that still doesn't have kids, and you see two 4-year-olds having a really, really hard time trying to communicate, trying to do something, and ending up hurting each other, I don't think anyone will say about any of the kids, "Oh, he's such a bad person. She's such a bad girl. She wanted to hurt him. It was intentionally, right?" We
Yeah.
won't say that. What we will say, "Oh, it will open our heart. We will have compassion instead of blame," right?
Yeah.
And so if we are both, and that's a key, yeah,
Mm.
both able to shift from one versus another to it's us two versus the wounds,
Mm.
then the whole paradigm of where we are seeing the relation from is changing.
Yeah. It's a
And
beautiful way to look at it, right? But you also need to make that choice as a person that you want to work on that, right?
100%, 100%. We need to have awareness, first of all, as individuals to our own nerve system and understand what love equal in our world,
Mm.
how it's unsafe for us because of what we have learned in a younger age. And so understanding my own defense mechanism, because in a relationship, it can also sometimes look very different. For example, for me to be safe, equal, I need to be in control. For another person, for me to be safe, I need to disappear from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have one chasing another one person and the other one trying to retreat and escape. When we don't know about ourselves, which kind of defense mechanism, survival mechanism we are in and we carry,
Mm.
only that we are repeating the loop of the pain, we are creating even deeper wound and deepened trauma in our dynamic.
Yeah. And this is where I have these attachment styles coming into play, which people are obviously talking quite a lot about right now, more like anxious or avoidant, which is, I think, the two we're talking about here. One
Yes,
chasing after the other who is fleeing.
yes, yes. This, yeah, exactly. Because we are learning from experience. And so if we have arrived into a relationship with a mechanism, a survival mechanism that has given us a certain behavior, and we are not aware of it, it will end up showing up in our relationship and it will prove us right. It will prove us, and when I say like that, it means that whatever limiting belief we will carry, and we don't know that it's a limiting belief that we carry, the universe and the situation will prove us right. Meaning, if I'm coming with a limiting belief of love is not safe, or in order to be safe, I must be in control, and I bring this into the relationship, then the relationship will prove me right. It
Yeah.
means I will find someone that I will always have to be in control in order to feel safe. And that was strengthen my strategy in order to allow me to soften and actually be. And this is why we see so many people split up
Yeah. And I
because
think
their
then you
ego.
also, where you also then acting from a place of fear because you need to control rather than a place of love where you're
Yes,
truly
exactly,
fully loving the other person.
exactly, exactly. Yeah, yes,
So, I mean, on that topic, we talked about here, some people flee intimacy or some people chase it, if you will. Do you
yeah,
feel there's something wrong with them, or is it always like a survival response on that?
yeah. I will say that there is nothing wrong with them for sure. There is nothing wrong with us per se as human being, but but the human mind loves to find what's wrong. This is the mechanism. Okay. If we're talking about specifically avoidant, um, it may look like something is wrong with this person, because we are here as human beings for connection, for intimacy.
Yeah.
And so if someone is fleeing or avoiding the one thing we came here for the outside, it may look like, whoa, that's something's wrong there. Why is this person? And I'm not only talking about romantic relationship. Intimacy is connection per se with
Yeah.
any other person. Yeah. And so when you see this loner, or whatever society will label this person, the weirdo, the loner, the avoidant, all of these labels are actually creating even worse for that person that is suffering so much, because this person that is avoidant intimacy, it's not happening here, it's happening here.
Yeah.
It's his body feeling so unsafe that whenever he's having an attempt of connection, which is what he desires from here,
Yeah.
the body will say alert, 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 and will subconsciously make him act and behave and say or not say, do or not do the things that will self sabotage and make him escape from it.
Yeah. He's
And
overwhelmed in that scenario, more or less, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And we need to understand that the people that are radically avoiding and fleeing intimacy, that means that they have experience that love equal abandonment, rejection, suffocation, and even sometimes abuse.
Yeah, and that's the sad thing with it. And I
Yeah,
think the sad thing with it as well, when you have people with these wounds, it's they will just continue, passing on the wounds as well, because it's when somebody's fleeing, for example, the person who is left behind is sort of also almost in a traumatic experience,
yeah,
experiencing a new trauma um,
yeah,
again. So, so it
yeah.
just
And you know, also another thing that is, as you were saying, came to me, and I was not thinking of saying it, but it just now came to me naturally from this conversation, this raw and beautiful conversation. I'm also was thinking of people that really have hard time with intimacy, and
yeah,
how lonely it might feel, and how what a paradox that the only way to heal, they will have to be in intimacy, but it's the hardest trigger for them to be in.
yeah,
How we can be, just as a message now, in general, as human being, more open-hearted, less judgmental, less critical, less labeling people as weird or something wrong or whatever, and actually bring more love and compassion, acceptance, because we don't know if this person that is in front of us, or is one of the gang, or is one of the friend circle that is the little bit the weirdo or the avoidant, and maybe say what it is that I can do today to support him that is the opposite of what I've been doing until now. And what is our responsibility as a society, as human being, to yeah, to help those who really find it hard.
that's a beautiful way to put it as well. I think because it's everybody has their own journey, and we don't know. Even when you meet somebody in the street, for example, you don't know what that journey for that person looks like. So
Yeah. And one thing I can say as a certain, that a smile or a really good intention and open heart towards this person or any person we are coming across can go a long mile.
yeah, and that truly helps.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So I just want to say it as a really make it 100% clear. There is absolutely nothing wrong with
yeah,
them. Yeah.
that's a very good message. But how do you feel like the digital culture, and you mentioned that before as well, around like dating apps, instant gratification, constant comparison? How do you feel it has reshaped the way people build or avoid real relationships?
Yeah. I think it's another great topic that can talk about it for hours, but um, that I think like that we are not talking enough about this topic,
Mm.
and that this entire culture has completely rewired the way we even approach connection. If you can think of kids today that are 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, they don't really, they were born into this reality.
Yeah.
I think I'm 41, so 84, and I think I'm what we call the generation, the in between generation. So I can still remember the phone that if it's not answering in the house,
Yeah.
then you cannot reach and what to do. And today everything is fast, is is quick, is we becoming consumering of connection. It's not becoming an art. It's becoming something like another jeans we buy in Zara. So going to the
I-
app of Zara is like going to the app of men and women.
So I mean, relationships becomes consumable, right? In one
Yeah,
way.
yeah, exactly. And with that, it's also the skill of being able to build something for the longer term is not being used. The
Yeah.
skill of being able to answer on the spot, face to face, eye to eye, energy to energy is not being practiced.
Yeah.
And so it's reshaped the entire way of connection. So if we abuse it and we don't bring awareness to it, it can be, it can severely damage us in the long run. However, if we bring awareness to it and we use it in a conscious way, like anything that we do consciously and with balance, and we make it use the use of it helping us in building that ability to create real relationship, then it can be a good thing. But it will require a lot of awareness, a lot of discipline, and a lot of bravery
Yeah.
to pursue it in the old way. And yeah,
Yeah, I can see that for sure, and I
hey,
can see also in kids today and the way they are consuming things is it is in a different rate than what you and I were used to. It goes so much quicker, and a lot of I see also a lot of relationships when it comes to like dating and relationships. It's like people are always looking for something better as well, right? So it's
yeah, oh, I yes, yes, and that is, and this better, it's related, connected fully to I'm not enough
yeah,
that we are already carrying.
yeah,
And so this is strengthening conditional love, which love and intimacy doesn't live in that field. It lives in presence and in slowing down and in unconditional love,
yeah.
that you are allowed to be who you are fully.
And I assume you must be seeing this with your clients as well, that these are some of the challenges they're facing, I guess, on a day-to-day basis.
Definitely, definitely. And also, I have to say one more thing about it that not many people know, that when you are in this virtual space and you get this like swipe, or I've never had a Tinder because I was not in the time of it, I was already married. So, but I know of it and I know of dating apps, and I have a lot of girlfriends that are still in the market, even the way we talk about it. Yeah. If you can think
Yeah.
about it, like the market and the singlehood, and really this swipe and the way it's designed. I really want people to know it. The way it's designed is to give you a short of dopamine that is lasted for 1 minute, 1 day, 1 hour, and then it's gone. So if young people are listening to it, and even not young people, people in their midlife, and they are in the dating scene and they want to feel connected and real, then I would recommend you to take the eyes off the screen and go out to anywhere, anywhere, because love can come anywhere, in the supermarkets, in the coffee shops, and look around and create eye contact and practice eye contact, practice reading energy, feeling yourself around other people, feeling the magnetic pull, and act on it. Ask for a date. As a woman, I can say out loud here, men, that there is nothing more appealing these days than a man that will actually approach a woman in a bar like old school and ask her out and give her a compliment. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing. That's a good tip for all the men out there.
And for
Um,
as well.
I mean, we talk now about, sort of attachment styles and that people have wounds and they need to heal. And we've also touched on that in a previous discussion when we talked about sort of healing in relationships. So for you, what does it mean to really heal in a relationship rather than outside of it? If we go a bit deeper on that
I
topic.
love the questions, Henrik. Really, thank you so much. It's like such a amazing question. I want to say something. And yes, we did touch base on it on the previous conversation we had, but I'm happy to have this opportunity to dive deeper. I'm a lot, if you are aware of my work, or when people work with me, I'm talking a lot about self-responsibility and how it's important to be aware yourself and do the work yourself. So I'm talking a lot from that space of the individual work. However, there is only a limit of where it is that we can go deep within ourselves with ourselves. Of course, with the help of a therapy or someone else, but where we are being exposed to the deepest, deepest, deepest wound is only in long-term relationship. So my mentor once said, if you want to know really how much you have evolved and how much you have actually cleaned and healed in your field, jump into a long-term relationship to find out. Because after the period of honeymoon, which can take anything from 7 months to 2 years, depending on the chemical component in your bodies, then the layers will go, you will bring more and more of yourself, and then the deepest places in you will be met. And so I can work on my rejection wound by myself in until a certain level. But then I will go into a deep relationship and I will ask my partner after 3-4 years to do something, and he will say, I'm not available at the moment. And being present right there and then, feeling the flood in my body of the rejection, listening to the voices and the mind, what I call the mind, the thought, the stream of thoughts, and the mental noise that says, oh, he doesn't care about you, he doesn't see you first, you're not important enough for him. Then to be in observation of what my field is asking me to behave and who I think I should be in that sense. All of that, this deep healing can happen only when you have a mirror in front of you. And that mirror can be only a long-term relationship. So super important to do it yourself and bringing awareness and bringing responsibility into the couple dynamic. But together, you can go the deepest and into the most beautiful, magical places. Really, it is an invitation to grow into the maximum potential of human being.
I would like to say that it's like 1 + 1 = 3 when you do it that way.
Definitely. I love that.
Yeah, and I have a few more thoughts here as well. So, or questions for you. So, what signs do you think show that a partner is actually choosing to stay even when it does become difficult? Do you see?
Lovely. It is exactly that. It is
Choosing to
exactly.
stay.
It is exactly. This is healing.
Yeah.
Healing. This is true intimacy. It doesn't mean ooh, when I'm fully there, when I'm fully myself, this is a really good misconception. If I'll be really fully me, fully myself, bring myself fully, authentically, it's gone. Conflict will not be, everything will be lovey-dovey. No, but it's who we are being when conflict arrive,
Yeah.
who we are when the conflict comes, and how we are together, learning how to co-regulate, learning how to repair the ruptures, learning to stay open even when it's triggering and feeling unsafe, learning how and practicing how to say, I feel scared right now, I feel unsafe, asking for help, asking for support.
Mm. That's beautiful.
This is where healing happen and magic being
So,
created.
so if love is a conscious choice, because we
Mm.
talk a lot about consciousness and all those things, so what does it mean for a person in everyday life when you make love a conscious choice?
Mm. In everyday life, how it will look, you mean?
Yeah.
It will look like I choose to be here. I choose her. I choose slash him.
Yeah.
I love him in all of his parts. I don't want to change him. He shouldn't be anything but who he is. I respect his, her tempo.
Yeah.
Um,
And I guess also learning how to deal with conflict together, I guess.
yeah, yeah, exactly. What are my values? Which person I want to be, I choose to be when the conflict come, who I don't want to be, what it is that I can do for myself in order not to be this person, how my partner can help me if he see me goes back into my survival mechanism.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love it that you said it. It's love is a conscious act because it's really important to distinguish of what we think love is,
Yeah.
because we have been learned in so many ways and streams through Disney movies and through stories and through which is the beautiful love, and then what we have learned at home,
Yeah.
which can be painful and hurt, and we can think this is love. What love is truly is about being present, is about being fully open to receive and to give, is about doing the work, taking the responsibility.
Yeah.
It's about choosing love every single day, choosing to be love first, and then when I am love, then everything around me is love. So yeah.
Beautiful. So I have one more question here, and that is sort of more like, what advice would you give to men and women who find themselves repeatedly running away from relationships instead of actually staying?
I will definitely suggest, first of all, I will tell them that you're not alone and that it's hard for everyone. It's maybe the hardest task for every human being, being in a long lasting relationship and make it work.
Yeah.
Saying it as a coach and helping people going through the lessons myself. So you're listening to me. I want you to know that everything I'm saying, I'm going through, went through, will go through again,
Mm.
and everyone. And so, first of all, that you're not alone and that it is okay to feel exactly how you feel and be scared of it, want to avoid it, want to run away from it, don't know how to handle it. Wherever you're at, it's totally okay. I will definitely suggest you to ask for help, go to speak with someone, um, to start bringing consciousness into your way of being and what it is that you have learned that love equal in your own world when you were little. Slowly, slowly dissolve the blind spots that are holding you back, building strength within yourself, learning how to regulate yourself, learning what it is that you desire from a space of love and not on fear,
Yeah.
and then work on it as you go.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, More. for coming
You're welcome. Thank you for having me, Henrik. Looking forward to visit here again.
here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So here's the invitation. What if love was not something you accidentally fall into or fall out of? But what if it's something you consciously choose every single day? What if presence, patience, and honesty were stronger than fear, stronger than the impulse to escape? Because love is not the absence of fear. Love is the decision to stay, to breathe, to listen, to grow, even when fear is loud, even when leaving would be easier. That choice, repeated over time, is what transforms relationships. The choice is what makes love real. So, have you ever felt the pull to run away from love? Or have you ever chosen to stay, even when it was hard? Please share your thoughts in the comments or answers in the poll. And if this resonates with you, please like and share. Let's spread this conversation about choosing love over fear.